there's certain Facebooks they show that people are like, yeah, we in here chilling. I'm like, oh my God, they're having a party in the cell.
Yeah, my coworker's got a FaceTime call from somebody in jail.
That's so fucking weird.
It's very funny.
What do they say? What are you eating?
Well, they don't really talk in... They don't really talk in a form of language I can understand.
Oh.
They're just yelling things.
Aliens.
Like, free my boy! And stuff like that. They're not really saying anything of actual value.
So he's at work just yelling, free my boy! And he's
like, it's like for some Instagram Live. I think at one point he's on Instagram Live too and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't like...
What a way to live.
If you were in prison and you called me, I'd be like, how you doing? Are you alright? You holding up well? Like, I wouldn't just be like... Yo, what's up? Like, how you chilling, bro?
Clap 2 times.
Side to the left.
Crisscross. You're like, yeah, man.
Everybody clap your hands.
Oh, shit, the guard's coming.
It just cuts to the cafeteria. It's everybody in the cafeteria clapping.
Prison looks great.
Oh, dude, it looks fun as hell. It's a hard knock life for
You make me want to shout.
Get my heels up and shout.
It's just like a wedding bar mitzvah.
Throw my hands up and shout.
Everybody go to prison. Welcome to Best There Is Podcast. I am here with Declan and Ryan returned. Ryan does his wave, 2 peace signs because he's too cool for us now.
What? He's too big for this?
Yeah.
He's grown out of it.
Blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
He's a blimp. Popping.
What?
I don't know. I thought of the John Tron episode where he pops the world.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie was like...
It's an easy...
Donnie was like, that's a fucking poor joke. I think he says that before. He's like, this is a really, like, lame joke when he's about to pop it.
I don't remember that episode.
The newest John Tron is so good.
It's the KFC conspiracy theory.
KFC has their own
Shout out
YouTube
to
channel. And they have, like, mini, like, things they do. And one is KFC's mysteries. And they bring 2 people together, like... Flat earthers, anti-flat earthers. Why does KFC do this?
No. Flat earthers and hollow earthers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the digestion joke is from. Okay.
John Tron, yeah. But it's funny because one lady's talking about she eats the bones. She eats chicken and eats all the bone with it.
Yeah, she eats the bones.
That's fucking disgusting. Like, that's just not good for you. I mean,
like, I don't know
how. Just get a pizza.
What? Did you hear about that?
He's talking about that video where it's like everyone's upset Popeyes is closed and they edit it with that white guy pulls up. He's like, that's cool. I'll just go get a pizza. They're trying to make it a big deal. Like white guys don't have to worry about chicken, basically.
What?
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Boondocks where they run out of chicken. They ran out of chicken.
Pretty much. God, Boondocks is so good.
Do you know England ran out of chicken? All of England's KFCs ran out of chicken once.
I mean,
That's probably right now.
I don't doubt it because Popeyes is like
flu going around.
What?
Or swine flu? No, wait,
in England?
Can you eat a sick animal?
Influenza? Can you eat a sick animal?
Yeah.
Depends on how sick and what kind of sick. Most pigs have parasites in them already. But
most animals aren't good for us, period, but we eat them.
No, what? What are you talking about?
Like health-wise, they're not good for us.
What do you mean? Based on what?
Science.
But there's like a million different things that tells a million different things are good for us. Like some people say red meat's good for you because it helps your brain. Yeah, it's like
if you take nutrition,
there's a million opinions on
nutrition.
that.
Nutrition. Did you have to read the book that like was about a movie documentary that they made a movie where they slaughter the animals and they show you how? They're like, who wants a burger? So after reading this, I'm like, I feel bad saying it, but as long as I don't have to be there, like I saw it on video, but if I have to be there and cut my burger. Yeah, I might be a little like I won't eat it here today. But
and make a firm stance that people who believe animals deserve the same rights as humans are fucking morons.
I just like the blackboard, the billboard that says "Where do you draw the line?" And the guy, that's the meme where the guy's like right there, where it's like chicken, it shows a cat, and it's like right there because it has cat, dog, horse. Like that's where.
Yeah, I could just choose not to eat certain animals. Right?
Well, even now, like eating fish, like everyone gives me crap that it's not good for us anymore because how pollution has ruined it for the fish that there's so much mercury in
animals.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but how much mercury is in it compared to what fish?
Think about it this way. Even beyond eating the animal, if your dog and your son were both hanging from a cliff and you could only save one.
Oh, my dog, 100%. No, of course, yes.
Exactly, right? You're never going to value it. You should never value an animal life over a human life.
Well, if he's an asshole.
Doesn't matter.
You and my dog? I don't know.
Then... even if you were by yourself, I wouldn't help you then. asshole.
I can't hold on that long, so it's
I
fine.
don't know if there's an asshole.
You're not the
guy about to
cliffhanger from
get
Sesame Street?
Hit by a train, and then there's this nice dog about to get hit by a train. I would probably save the dog.
No.
Over who?
I
getting hit?
The asshole.
Oh yeah.
I refuse to believe that.
Oh yeah.
Say then you guys are morally corrupt people.
It's 420 today, by the way, everybody. So you let Hitler just sit there and a nice puppy on the other one? You're not going to let Hitler take a hit?
That's an extreme example.
That's
You ever
an
see
example.
that video where they have the train set up, and there's two groups of people?
Yeah. That's like, I forgot what test that's called, but it's
The
a
little
famous
kid
test.
sets it up so it makes a U-turn and goes through everybody.
I like that kid's logic. Just fuck it. Don't even worry about it.
That's anarchism.
Speaking of anarchism,
What?
you watched Moon Knight and you said you did and you weren't blown away. By the way, press best. I was dead on with the rumor.
You weren't dead on. I realized literally after we had stopped talking. Literally.
I already.
That
I
people
recorded,
had already seen for the first 4 episodes.
I could have been wrong. I
But you weren't
recorded it
wrong.
on Saturday. I put it up, and I called it like a fucking Madden play.
I know. I'm not trying to take all the credit away.
It's not about like I got it. I just found the scoop.
But
and
there
I
were people
shared it.
that had seen the first 4 episodes before the
Press Best though shared it, so make sure you guys check out Press Best for all the rumors.
Press
and
Best.
I got a Super Mario one coming out. It's gonna be interesting. I won't say anything about it yet. And Iron Fist one coming out. What they're gonna do with him, rumor
You can
wise.
tell me Mario. I need to know.
It's a Mario.
Rumor though that
You
is
can't spoil it on the podcast. Then there's no reason for me to go
rumor
check
though.
out
I'm
the
not
video.
going to make one about this one though, but supposedly I heard that Moon Knight's not going to get a second season because they have plans for him, and Hawkeye is not going to get a second season. They said there were plans for both of those to have second seasons, but they're cutting them both out. They said Moon Knight. They said because they think there's more to do with him, not in the TV show. So.
Wow.
And then
Clearly, there's an expanded
Hawkeye. I think
thing in terms of the.
Hawkeye. I think is because everyone's going to move over to Echo. I think
Well,
not Hawkeye though.
the thing with specifically Moon Knight is, especially now that we have the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, and we have somebody named Gore the God Butcher.
Welcome to Marvel Podcast.
And we're currently watching a show.
Dude, I hope all
with
the
a
gods get
god.
involved so bad.
They will. I think they will. I mean, do
It's crazy to see. Well, I guess we'll get to that.
you want to talk about the Thor trailer first or the Moon Knight?
Yes.
Go ahead.
You want to talk about the Thor trailer?
Ryan said yes fast. Why?
Thor. Taika.
Well, a lot of people were arguing with me.
Sweet child
They're
of
like,
mine.
I mean, you're in the same forums I'm in, and you're in the main page that I'm on Facebook, where we have like thousands of people in there. That there's only like 20 of us that talk, but there's like a ton of people that watch and they like or not comment, but people were already talking shit about that for months and months and months. And I said, you know what? I have faith in Taika Waititi. He does really good movies. There's never really a time if it's a director currently making things, I never really think they're going to do a bad job. If it's been good recently, it'll shock me if they fuck up. Like Ryan Johnson, what the fuck his name is.
Rainn Wilson and Ryan Johnson.
Rainn Wilson.
Ryan Johnson made
But Knives Out is so
what was
fucking
the thing
good.
that Ryan Johnson made that was New Mutants?
No.
What was the thing he made that was
Last
really
Jedi.
bad?
Last
Jedi. Yeah.
But Knives Out is fucking phenomenal.
It's fucking phenomenal.
Wrote it and directed it actually.
Do you know that That is a good Twitter name. I'm going to switch my Twitter name.
I'm going to switch my Twitter.
Right now,
it's even use Twitter?
Yeah, I do. I have it connected to Best There Is Entertainment.
I only just have it so I can change my Twitter handle every once in a while when I think of something clever, like
Blocka Waka Flame.
It's like my Discord thing. I always try to change my Discord name.
But you use Discord
tag.
like crazy.
Yeah, my Discord tag is currently trying to catch flies with vinegar.
It works.
The last one was bringing a horse to water.
You can't make them stink.
Or finding a horse of a different color.
What? I can't think what he said that pissed me off today about the Thor movie.
That there's a woman.
Thor was about Jane.
Women can't be Thor.
No, he's up on everything. He's sucking dick on everything.
Valkyrie
looks bummed out as a businesswoman now. She has to represent Valkyrie.
She's done.
Well, I kind of like the idea with Thor being like, I'm done being Thor. I saved the world. I want to just chill. Then it's like, they don't really show, but we know it's going to be holy shit. Gods are dying. And he's going to be like, I got to come back. My people need me. Remember you showed me like that clip or that screen cap of what's going to be in the trailer? Like, none of that was really in the trailer. I hate fucking
Kind
people.
of.
You kind of see the boat.
We had the boat with the goats.
The goat boat?
Mm-hmm. We had...
You guys think the Guardians are going to be in this movie for that long?
I think they're going to be in it for a little bit at the beginning. I think that's it, though. He's going to be... Did you see he's going to be a Ravager because of the toy?
It's a little bloated, I think.
What, cast-wise?
Thor movie.
Cast-wise or things going on-wise?
Kind of things going on, too. I'm kind of wondering how long it is.
Yeah, you get a lot of shots on Earth and then alien planets, but then also that weird god dome and...
Is Jane going to be...
Fonda?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Is she going to be getting cancer?
Are we gonna do the whole Roxanne story?
How did that go?
That's I haven't read Jason Aaron's run. It's out in full omnibus this week.
In theaters near you.
So I'm looking forward to buying that.
How much is that?
It's like $125 on Amazon, but if you get it on like cheapgraphicnovels.com,
It's half off, ain't it?
it's like 70.
This motherfucker and his fucking...
Hey, he knows what he's doing.
What did you buy or show me today that you wanted? You showed me on your phone. An omnibus. You're like, look.
Something.
Oh, okay, cool. Good
don't
story.
I just have a list of...
I wanted to see Gore.
You want to see Christian Bale?
Gore. I just want to see Gore in action. Like, how's he going to be? Because his look is kind of mad, but people were bitching, like... They should have used, made him look more like him. But I'm like, I think they want to pay to see Christian Bale's face. And then people are like, well, look at other characters, they cover up their faces. And I'm like, I guess that's true. I don't know. Like, I mean, fucking Vin Diesel's fucking a little thing that just says I am Groot. So they don't really care about
Is
faces.
Vin Diesel a big actor?
Fast 10's about to come out.
Yeah, but that's like...
With Brie Larson.
Yeah, but how many other movies? Dude, his
Triple X.
Instagram posts are fucking weird. You see when he called the Rock his little brother?
Well, that was to piss off The Rock.
Yeah, but he's also trying to get him to be in the fucking movie. I don't think he realizes that was I don't think he meant that to piss off The Rock. I think he's just up his own ass.
Well, he probably does because The Rock's like, I think, one of the highest grossing actors right now.
Sure, they don't like each other, but like he was trying to reach out to him and be like, oh yeah, come back for the last movie.
We need you for one last ride. I think they're ending on 12 though, I thought.
I don't care.
I do. I love watching the bad movies. You got to watch the last one with me. It's so fucking good. With the
I haven't
magnets.
watched it since number 2.
God bless you. But yeah, I think I just want to see kind of Gore in action because I'm the Necro Sword, man.
We'll get more.
The all black. I want to know if we're gonna connect.
Movie to come out though.
But that's what we're talking about.
What are all the storylines they're gonna?
Oh,
It's
see,
not a
everyone's
trailer.
really complaining though that they could tell Mjolnir's put back together.
Meow meow.
So how is Mew Mew gonna get put back together though?
Jane.
Well, how would Jane do it?
She grabs it and it's worthy, and the hammer just goes.
She finds just a stick.
She's just out in the middle of Norway in that field or whatever. And just
Isn't that what happens? She finds it because
It's on the moon.
is Thor abandoning?
How does Jane get it on the moon?
What?
When she's just
I wish I was really refreshed in that story right now because
what is that original sin?
So she's a cancer survivor living on
it
the
starts
moon.
with original sin because Thor's sin is Gore the Butcher was right, wasn't it?
Someone whispers in his ear,
Nick Fury does.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm not worthy anymore," and he drops.
Got a small wiener, bro. He's like, "No." And then it was kind of a dumb idea to do that.
Compensating.
And they never let you know what it was until way later. What was whispered, and it was anticlimactic. It wasn't something like, oh my god,
he was number one.
like Odin's not your dad. Then he'd be like, oh my gosh, But it was just like,
Freya's not his mom.
no one likes your shoes, and that was like how it happened. Like, I'm not worthy, no Nikes.
Your helmet looks dumb.
You were represented dumbly.
I wonder if
in
Darcy
Ventures.
in the movie.
She's getting a hero click.
Is she?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Is Thor still worthy though, right? Because he
I
he
guess
used
so.
Mjolnir.
yeah, he
during
uses
the
it
battle.
in Infinity War, right?
Yeah,
Even though
'cause
he
he has
returns it.
I think he got worthy once he
He didn't return it, did he?
Yes, Cap
Oh,
did.
Cap did.
So the current Mjolnir is broken.
Yeah, because Hela,
God, Hela was so good.
A under my Hela.
You should work for
It's
music
so weird
companies.
how they rewrote her as Angela,
I know, but I hated Angela as
because she's
they brought a Spawn character, and they're like, guess what? That's Thor's sister, and I'm like, Tom McFarlane, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Because Hello would made more sense.
No, I get you.
And I hate Tom McFarlane.
Okay,
He's just a dick a lot of times.
just a
there was a controversy on him 2 weeks ago
About what?
about
He won't sign anything.
it was about female action figures. How nobody
Oh yeah,
wants
I was on that. I was on a post about that in an action figure thing
or
because he said it's not worth making a wave of girl action figures.
those ones sell really
I'm like, they
well.
sell. What are you talking about? Then all his bootlickers are like, he knows money, you don't. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, so if you have a picture of Venom, that's not his drawing.
Get
He won't
banned?
sign
Should
it.
we try to get blocked on Twitter by him too?
That's fine. I don't care.
Okay. I blocked Rob Liefeld. Blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, Dan Slott, Rob
Dan
Liefeld.
Slott. I personally like Dan Slott's comics.
It's okay. You can be.
We
wrong.
already went over this last time. But as far as the trailer goes, Natalie Portman looks kind of swole.
She is. You saw that picture that people caught early on where she's just like her arms are all.
She's
I mean,
juicing. Bro.
I've liked Natalie Portman for a long time, and let's see how she tickles my pickle.
You liked her in Star Wars?
Oh my God, yes.
You thought she was hot in Star Wars, or did you like her acting?
I thought she was hot.
Yeah, but did you like her acting?
I think she's a decent
No,
actor.
you're
I think that movie's got horrible dialogue.
Yes,
Period.
correct. But
I don't blame it on the actors.
sure, but
I mean, you're gonna say Ewan McGregor's not a good actor just because he has
yeah,
shit
but
dialogue?
he made the dialogue, right?
Hello there.
Hello there.
But yeah.
The negotiator.
But going back to Thor,
Which
We have-
one?
yeah,
You see that scene though they took from the actual comic though? That was pretty cool. People have been comparing that, and that's like a different god.
Isaac Riley or something. The artist, I don't remember.
It's a great
But
piece
we
of
gotta
art.
cover Thor's journey, Jane's journey. We have
Valkyries.
the Guardians story, the Valkyrie story. Did you see the Funko Pop of Meek?
No,
I think they're gonna go with Meek dating Korg because Meek is wearing a businesswoman suit and high heels.
Is Meek a girl?
I think so.
Interesting.
did you see the guys losing their mind over? They think, look at the liberals gonna make Thor gay because he was looking at Star-Lord like that. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking
Fucking
about?
liberal media.
Like, what are you guys talking about? I gotta
I
see
think in
this
the
pop.
comics, Star-Lord's already bisexual. So
I mean, I was saying Hercules fucks everything.
Hercules.
that's another thing. There's a whole Olympus storyline in the movie too. So
Are you sure there is?
Zeus is in the
Zeus.
fucking thing.
Yeah, but he could just get. They say he's just gonna get murked.
Zeus.
I hope.
If they show Hercules for just a second, I'll be happy.
I love Hercules, but who you gonna cast?
I don't know.
Billy the Butcher, but you can't because he was a shitty executioner. They barely used him.
Oh, you mean Carl Urban?
Yeah,
Why do you keep taking your head?
because it's hot. What? Who can play Hercules? That's big enough,
I don't know.
and
John Cena.
God, all I do is picture him in the last Fast Furious I watch, where he's got like the part.
No, you gotta get somebody with like olive brown skin.
He's pretty white in the comics, though.
Is he?
Do you really want to?
Is he more Mediterranean?
Who?
Just get Oscar.
Hercules looks white as fuck.
Just get
in the
Oscar
comics.
Isaac and stick him up on some fucking
You can't
planks.
play everybody.
He's Apocalypse, Hercules, and Moon Knight.
God, he's so short. I always forget that. I mean, hey, I'm short, so more power to
Show up, people get.
But has to be somebody that can play him.
It's a tough casting. It's like Wolverine for me. It's pretty tough.
They'll do Daniel Radcliffe.
as Hercules.
A little short ass kid.
That's what people want for Wolverine.
I can't see it.
And Batman? No, that's Robert Pattinson. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe? For Wolverine?
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
You mean Harry Potter?
Yeah.
What
They
the
have him. They show
fuck?
pictures of him with a beard. They're like, see? And I'm
Is
like,
that
nah.
because he was like a crazy person in the lighthouse? No, that was Robert Pattinson. Or was that?
That was Robert.
That was
Jesus
Robert.
Christ, you're about blowing up my brain.
Hey, at least I know Willem Dafoe's in that fucking movie.
Of course you do, because you're obsessed with his penis.
What?
Yeah, I'm not obsessed with Willem Dafoe's penis.
Let's go back to.
It's not obsession.
I think there's like at least 6 episodes.
You make me bring it up every time.
least 6
If anything,
episodes he
you're-
talks about Willem
Yes,
Dafoe's
because
penis.
you bring it up, dumbass.
He calls it the White Goblin.
What about
What?
You call it the White Goblin.
I never. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God's glider. So good.
You're
Go
a
ahead.
fucking loser.
who's the guy that was gonna play Deathstroke?
Oh yeah, Joe Magnaglio.
Yeah, he would kind of look like Hercules.
Yeah, he's kind of a goofy guy. He has fun. He plays D&D, right? Or plays Magic or some shit. He's got a
He's a funny guy.
he's got a sense of humor.
And he was Flash Thompson, so
Oh, dude, I was watching that scene the other day. So weird, because he actually could be now.
he could be Agent
Venom. Yeah, he's in
Agent Flash.
shape.
No, they already have a Flash Thompson. Hashtag not my
He looks
Flash
like the villain from the first Evil X and Scott Pilgrim. That's what Flash Thompson looks like to me.
Yes, he does. Now that I've seen
Kind
that
of.
movie.
Oh yeah, he just kind of saw it when I played it here. See, look at Ryan getting all emotional. His favorite movie ever.
It is.
Would you consider those books mangas? How they read?
But
Their
manga's
manga
not.
style.
They're
but
not determined by how it's read, though.
It doesn't go from right to left. It goes from left to right. So I
Mm.
guess it would be a graphic novel.
So what would you consider? Why was it a style for it?
It's a graphic.
It's just the way it's drawn.
I can't find me getting.
Isn't it more video gamey than anything, though?
No, the movie makes it way more video game than it is. I think, don't you? Because there is like stuff about it, but
I mean, all those same like quotes and stuff are in the book, but
I'm saying the visuals are a lot different. I think than
Yeah.
you would think the comics. Comics kind of plain Jane drawn. This one's like, whoa, they make it really pop.
like you get the sound effects and stuff. You don't get that when you're reading, unless you.
No.
when he drops the
Hey,
chain.
we had a X-Men picture book, and it had pictures on the side. You press Magneto, and he would talk to you.
I am the master of magnetism.
They said cool shit too. I forgot. I forgot about that.
oppose me?
No, he says that it's something else. I think it was a toy that pressed the button on the back.
No, that was the X-Men picture book.
So we done with the Thor?
Well, it just sucks because there's not much to see, and
It's
we
a
kind of
teaser
know
trailer.
all
We
of it.
haven't gotten Strange
I'm excited to
yet.
see it. It was just more for me all the controversy around it, where people were trying to bash it already.
Is that controversy or is that made up controversy?
It's made up, but people still feed into it.
Yeah, but aren't you feeding into it when you talk?
Oh,
about
when
it?
I defend it, maybe when I tell everyone chill the fuck out, let's wait and see. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure that gets people to chill the fuck out.
Yeah,
I'm sure
no.
people read that and go, that's gonna get me to calm down.
So Moon Knight episode 3. Where do we start off there?
He's in Cairo, baby. Well, we technically start off with Layla.
I kind of.
Is that how you say it?
I'm kind of
Layla.
digging her.
You got
She's just the
me
girl
on my
from the movie.
knees, Layla.
I know you said that last time.
Because they're like.
Is she an actual character in the comics? Because I don't.
Yes.
I don't know.
Remember.
Yes, she is. She's just his female. She's basically the same character. Like
Wife.
Not sure if they're husband and wife. I think they dated, but Mark knows her from his time being a mercenary.
That episode's
in
really
Egypt and stuff.
fucking strong.
But it starts with her getting a fake ID from that British lady.
It's her
That's
grandma.
her mom.
No, I thought it was her grandma.
I don't know. I thought it was related to her though.
It is related.
Whatever, whoever it is, also misses Mark apparently. So she's like, oh, I miss him too, but that's your fucking problem. She doesn't say that, but and then
Fucking old bag.
Mark's running around Cairo asking about.
And they're in between beating the shit out of
is he?
people, and they keep going, "Why'd you do that?" He's no, "Why'd you do that?"
No, he sees those guys. He's like chasing some guy he tries to ask questions to, and then those 3 guys with the knives, right? They push him off the building, I think.
But
And then he fights him on the building, right? And he's like about to cut that guy's throat, and Steven's like, and his little fucking
Please don't.
Please don't, sir.
Please don't.
Isn't it, bruv? Please don't.
Allow it.
And then he
That's
then he
the
gets
right
hit.
usage.
Right way to use it.
Right, and then I think he. Oh yeah, Steven takes over, drops the knife, and then he gets hit, and then he switches back to Mark. And he keeps fighting.
No, but someone's doing
little
something
bit.
in between it though.
At the end of that, it is when he pushes the knife because he wakes up in the car.
Mm-hmm.
They hit him in the back of the head, and he wakes up in the car, right? And he sees the guys he hops on. They're like, "Leave us alone!" And there's one guy missing, and so he chases those two guys, and then he pins one guy up, and then gets hit in the back of the head, and then they wake up on the cliffside.
Yeah.
And he's stabbed at the guy with the long hair, and then he's like, pulls a knife. He's like, "Steven, what'd you do?" He's like, "I didn't do that." And he's like, "I didn't do that. There's someone else is here." And then he holds the kid over the cliff, and the kid's like, prays on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, for apocalypse. And,
And then Gotcha just sits on there and is like, shame.
Oh, his pose.
Mhm.
He's like,
Dude, he's a pimp, bro.
Dude, I know.
He's
His-
in every shot looking like a bamf.
knees and shit.
He's like standing up, and I'm like, isn't he like when they're in the Egyptian tomb? He's like sitting on the back, like up on the rafters, while all the other gods are in there.
He's
human
fucking
avatars.
sick. They give Khonshu a really good personality in this.
But then he talks to Khonshu, and Khonshu's like, well, we gotta fucking stop him.
well, they got to get the paperwork for the start. So what's really cool about this series is the fact they made Steve Grant be so obsessed with Egypt and stuff.
Well-
Because we didn't get that in the comics, really.
Sure,
So it makes it.
he's a billionaire. But obviously everything's different, right? It's a
Right.
translation, right?
They made it very
But the thing that's
more interesting for me.
the thing that's cool though is like right
And
after.
also, this history is cool, though.
Yeah.
Egyptian history is cool.
Well, God history in general is interesting, right? Because it's very distant. At least these multi-theistic gods, religions like Egypt, Greek, all this kind of stuff, Nordic religions are interesting because they're so far deviated from the four major religions, which
Right.
are 3 monotheistic and 1 like that's more spiritual, Buddhism, and so it's interesting in terms of like a concept of expanding the lore behind those things because it's also like the Egyptians were fucking around 5,000 years ago. They're like they were around with mammoths and stuff like that. They're one of the
Right.
oldest civilizations to ever exist. So, I mean, we don't
The
know,
pyramids built.
but we don't know everything
Aliens.
about them, right? We don't even know who built the fucking Sphinx, right?
Yeah.
So, and like, obviously they have like weird advancements, like they talk about the star charts, and it's interesting that like Khonshu's the
I like
the
how they
god of night
needed
or whatever.
they needed Steve to come back out, and Mark does not. It's so bad for
Well,
Mark
first-
to let Steve in because it makes him feel like I think Steve is better than
Well,
him.
if at first, well, we'll get more into that in fucking
The 4th episode.
4th episode. He goes to the Ennead thing, and then Steven's like,
The guy that died, I didn't know that he only had that small of a part.
he was supposed to. I think he's supposed to show.
But he died in a
later
ski
the
accident, I
universe.
believe.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
feel like they finished filming before he died.
Yes,
thought.
I think so. Yeah.
Um,
But that whole fight scene was fucking.
well, you're way ahead of all,
All right,
the
go
stuff
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
happens.
I know we gotta do play by play.
But then he goes. Him and Conchu are talking. Conchu's like, well, we got to get a council with the gods, right? Can't the gods do anything? So Conchu's like, I'm just gonna go put the moon over the sun, right? And then as like a signal to the gods because he's banished, right?
Right.
Which is interesting that even they allow him to summon a council, right? And so,
people of Earth are like, what the fuck?
yeah, dude.
Well, that's like at the end. I'd be like, "What the fuck's going on?" But go ahead.
Then he goes there. Right? He goes through that fucking portal.
That's actually a
everywhere.
really great scene too.
Well, yeah, and then they go inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Like they're in. That's where the meeting place is, and it's interesting because there's a secret unaccessible compartment in the Pyramid of Giza in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So maybe it's real.
Oh,
But
they filmed it really in there.
it's interesting. We get all the interesting thing is the avatars of all the gods, right?
Yeah,
It's like
that was
this
really
British guy who's I think he's Horus. Osiris is
the chick, right?
no, Osiris is that Middle Eastern businessman.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the
I'm thinking of
the
DC.
African chick who's Basts, right?
I don't remember them saying best.
She's got a cat in front of her though.
Did she?
Uh-huh. And each of them have like a different like horse. There's a bird behind them. There's the pharaoh behind Osiris. There's the winged Isis behind the
It's like
other
Power
girl.
Rangers.
And then there's that one girl though who's like,
That talks to him at the end, right?
yeah, because her god, or I cannot remember. It's the god of love and music, but I can't remember the name, nor do I want to attempt to pronounce it.
I almost said Aphrodite, but that's the wrong.
That is
set
the
of gods.
wrong one. But Conchu's a fucking horrible lawyer. He like gets in Mark's body. He's just like, you are bad gods. You have abandoned humanity, dude. Oscar Isaac's. That's like the weirdest performance in this whole show.
It's the guy's voice though instead, right?
No,
it's
conscious voice auditorily edited over,
right?
But you can still hear Oscar Isaac yell with his giant pulsating throat because he has to lift his head up to talk like that. It's cool.
I like it a lot.
His body acting is good throughout the series.
Yeah,
and then they're like, oh, why the fuck are you here? And he's like,
but then why is homie allowed
Arthur
to walk in?
Harrow?
Is it because he was connected to Khonshu?
No, because he calls upon. He's like, I accuse Arthur Harrow of trying to reanimate Amit, and Harrow comes in and he lies to all the gods, points out that Mark's a fucking lunatic, and that Khonshu is also like a heretical god, and they're like, you know what, we're done with you. We're not gonna help you.
Yeah.
No, like if you try to fuck with this, I think he says at the beginning, he's like, if you try to fuck with this guy again, we'll imprison you.
Right.
And so that comes back later in that episode, right?
Right.
So and then that.
I mean, not much happens in between that until they get there.
But the chick's like, the chick's
happens.
like, you got to go find Samfu's fucking tomb, right? And then
why do they need to find that tomb?
Because that's the guy who he's like I think he's like a cartographer who like is the guy who oversaw the building of the tomb. So he also has a map for the tomb on his body, right?
So they're hoping that will lead him to the tomb, right?
Yeah, but then Mark goes back out and he starts asking around for Samfu, and then Layla shows up drinking juice out of a bag.
I think it was wine, wasn't it?
Out of it's not like a pre-made bag. It's like somebody poured juice into a bag and then put a rubber band around the plastic bag, and then you just stick a straw in it.
They get milk in bags in Canada still.
Those savages, those Canadian savages.
Disgusting. But yeah, that whole scene was pretty intense.
Yeah,
because they're like, let's just check it out.
But they have that touching moment on the boat. It was like, oh, we haven't heard that noise since
we got married.
We
seen a lot of Mark in that episode.
Yeah.
Until he's over there looking, he goes, let me out.
Yeah, then they show up to go see Samfu's tomb with this weird, rich Egyptian guy who's got all these fucking artifacts and shit, and who's doing these weird. I think it's a game.
It was like jousting,
but it's not. They're like, they're not like trying to hit each other. They're clearly just trying to hit sticks, right?
It was fucking weird.
But then Mark's like, I gotta figure this shit out, and then they capture him, and Harrow shows up, and he turns to Steven, Mark, whoever the fuck we're talking about, and he's like, she has a right to know, and that's like the first hint at Mark's got a secret,
dirty little secret. But the whole Moon Knight fight is fucking vicious.
Sick.
Jumping down in the moon shape in his cloak.
And he's getting fucking stabbed by spears.
Oh my god, and his mask comes off, and oh god.
Layla! Then breaks my favorite shot is he gets stabbed by one guy, and then he grabs the guy and pulls him closer and stabs him with the back of the spear, and I'm like, ooh.
Savage. I think they did a really good job with the graphics and the fighting, the choreography. It's no Iron Fist, I'll tell you that much.
You mean the masterpiece that is the Iron Fist?
Yeah, I feel so bad for Finn Jones.
I still think we need more Moon Knight beating up random dudes, but...
What are you going to say, Ryan?
Yeah, you look like you take a break.
I was thinking of the Defenders Iron Fist.
Finn Jones is a good dude, man. Just got a bad take.
Well, I mean, apparently they didn't give him any time to prep or whatever.
That's why number 2's not that bad of a season. But
I don't think I've ever watched season 2, because doesn't Colleen become Iron Fist?
Mm-hmm,
and I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, you have to watch it, because Colin Wing and Misty Knight are so good in that series. Iron Fist doesn't do shit through the second season, really. He's out. He's bummed.
But yeah, and they get that, they steal the fucking chart or whatever, right? They go out in the desert.
And then Mark needs to come back, or Steve has to come back out.
He's like, good Steve, and he rips the fucking mirror off the car, and he's like, all right, take over the body. I'm like, why couldn't you just stood by the car?
Well, apparently they're learning how to do it without a mirror, but...
I guess.
I don't know. They don't really explain how that happened, but...
she's clearly falling in love with Steven.
But it's weird because it's the same dude, but it's not...
Is this a weirder relationship than Loki?
Yes.
This is weirder than Loki?
Yes.
This is weirder than him having a relationship with himself from another reality?
It's not really himself.
From another reality, it is.
They have different likes. They have different dreams.
Yeah, same with Mark and Steven.
I know, but it's the same body.
Yeah, but they're like still the same person, right?
Did they ever explain if Sylvie is a frost giant?
No, I don't think she was. They show her origin when she was little. She was taken.
So she's just another person.
Yeah, but how do you
All
constantly...
Lokis have different stories, though.
Yeah, but how do you even do that, right? Like if there's an entirely different guy who's his name is Reed Richards and he has stretchy powers. Here's a black guy in one reality who's Reed Richards has stretchy powers, and the white guy in another reality. Does that make them variants of each other? Even though they're probably genetically entirely different people.
Well, then you go say the thing about Kang, though.
Well, Kang is like... Yeah, I guess you can. So, you just proved my point.
Kangs are all different.
Yeah, it does. So, the variant thing is irrelevant. Doesn't make any sense.
So, Kang could fuck his own Kang. Another Kang.
One Wanda can have children.
Isn't there only one Wanda?
In the trailer, there's two.
She's supposed to be a Nexus being, though, I thought.
She's gonna control.
But then,
Because I feel like that's what we're going to be doing through the whole movie.
it's some
I'm
cool...
gonna be going like
Ryan cries through every movie.
Spider-Man. Oh.
Someone told me love would all save us.
Uncle Ben said that. Oh.
Hold on.
There was...
Give Ryan a second.
Yeah, I'm done.
Moment of silence. Moment of silence for Ant-Man.
Fuck you, Aunt May. None of that would have happened.
That whole fight scene is crazy.
Which one? The Green Goblin one?
Yeah, when he power drops him through the fucking floor.
Fucking puts him between his legs and he's like Kevin Nash. Like NWO'd his ass. But the whole thing you're talking about with the map and all that, I just think it's really cool that they make...
That's some cool sciencey shit,
Yeah.
bro. And he's like, oh, but stars drift. And I'm like, that's cool.
That's hella sick.
And then Conchu's like,
oh, I'm just going to fuck it up. Tell Mark to get me when I get fucking back.
I actually think it's a really interesting moment for Conchu because he's like,
He sacrificed himself?
The first thing Conchu says is, I remember every night. Which is, and he kind of says it somberly and sadly. So maybe there's a little bit more to Conchu than maybe it's not just
a dead bird.
Maybe it's not just Mark's a broken person. Maybe Conchu's a broken god, right? Maybe he's got fucked up things in his head because if you're a sentient being, right, you can be messed up no matter what level of sentience you're at, right? Like dogs can have anxiety, so can gods, right?
Yeah.
It's just the word backwards, right?
Dog god.
Mm-hmm.
This guy went all crazy and
That was so cool. And then everyone in the world
people that
Do
Earth are
what
like,
I do.
oh shit, Eternals just landed last week.
I saw Loki open up a wormhole. I've been here for so much shit. Now the fucking world's been...
fell down.
Goddamn MCU.
There was a bunch of fucking robots and a big
You know
purple
what?
man came
Even
out of the
though
sky.
all that crazy stuff happened, since I just watched Batman 2 days ago,
He just watched Batman, by the way. Just watched
I
it.
feel like Gotham just really got messed up. No one's gonna be able to live there anymore.
Well, it's like No
city's
Man's Land.
flooded.
It's like No Man's Land in a way. That's what
Yeah, but
Declan was saying.
Gotham is a cesspool.
I guess they're gonna be
always been a
swimming in
cesspool.
that pool.
Yeah.
because the whole town is underwater.
Them motherfuckers gonna be drowning.
You gotta remember, it's like Gotham is probably one of the poorest. It's
We're gonna
basically
rebuild.
Chicago,
I'm like, how
right?
you gonna rebuild? You gonna have everybody's houses on boats? Like,
Goddamn. I feel like you're tapping like your what you're going through in life.
It's fucking. It's like you're like the J. Jonah Jameson of the Batman universe. You
Rent's too damn high.
Sorry to jump into Batman real quick, but was that little boy supposed to be Robin?
What little boy? There's no Robin in the movie.
The one that he keeps saving.
No, he saved them once.
And then he saved them also at the end. He's with the mayor lady.
Oh, you mean that kid that was going to join that gang or whatever?
No, the kid that
That guy was a
the
fucking
kid
damn
that's
near an adult.
the son of
became an orphan because Riddler killed his
I don't
father.
think so.
No.
We're a little bit too early into Batman. To be
Yeah,
getting
people
fucking-
want a Riddler. They say he needs a Riddler to balance out how he is. But
A
I'm like,
Robin?
Yeah.
a Robin, I'm sorry. For how he is, like, you know, to get compassion, basically. But he kind of got hope at the end of the movie, so. But yeah, Khonshu fucking spins on the ones and twos and just fucking like, I'm gonna remix it, y'all, and that's a fucking great scene too. And then Khonshu gets
And Steven comes out with his pimpy ass suit to do it too. See, that's the best. That's the best Moon Knight costume. I don't care what anybody's.
The figure already sold out on Marvel Legends. Well,
okay.
you're not a collector. Me and Logan were like, we want
my specifically
Buy the
favorite.
hot toy when it comes.
I don't.
No, I can't. You know, I can't do it with hot
Because
toys.
this one's a three
What do you
piece.
mean you can't do a hot toy?
Because I won't get something that I want to get like a whole set of.
But you have some.
Mando, I don't have one. Mando doesn't need a whole set. I have the main guy and Beskar armor. I'm good.
Oh, that's true. There's no.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, there's Wolverine, but you wouldn't want that Wolverine.
I don't want Hugh Jackman. I'd take a comic one, but the Crow I would buy because there's no one else I need. In his movies.
Anyway, yeah, Khonshu gets turned into a statue.
Hello, baby statue. But he says, "Mark, tell Mark get him up."
I want one of those.
This has happened before, apparently. It feels like,
but I would want one
because Mark would know. Yeah, that'd be cool. We should go. I'm gonna talk to Jake.
You're just gonna be a
Jake
3D print me a
3D
little
print stuff.
Little
I'm gonna text him right
marble Khonshu. I would love that.
Funko Pop.
No,
It's gonna be a Funko Pop.
The statue?
Probably.
So then, episode 4. Holy fuck! Do we get into some Indiana Jones
the
shit?
First scene, I believe.
The
Mummy Indiana Jones.
The first scene is them putting Khonshu in his cubby, right? Every god gets their own cubby because apparently there's like
a ton of
hundreds of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I want to know where Ra is. I realized this the other day.
Rama Tut?
No, Ra, the god. Has he ever been used in Moon Knight? Because he's the sun god, who's a senile old man. Like, that's the whole point, is he's like the oldest of all the gods.
When they did their little meeting in episode 3, didn't they say there was other banished gods?
Well, there is. You see that wall.
My whole thought is, though, like, if you're talking Egyptian gods, right, and you have the moon god, I'm surprised they never used the sun god for anything, right?
Isn't the sun god in the new Jed McKay Moon Knight book?
He might be. I haven't read it
Ra?
yet.
The guy with the sun on his head? It's like a Birdman. Birdman. But it's also a beetle.
Is it a beetle, too?
Well, the beetle... There's like a beetle that it's
the scarab.
The sun goes
It's
Ra rides a boat into the if I remember this correctly, Ra rides a boat into the underworld, and that's when the sun disappears at night, right?
Maybe he'll...
and there's supposedly a snake that tries to eat the sun in the underworld, and Ra has to fight it off. And apparently, if that snake ever consumes the sun, it's the end of the world, right? And then as the sun comes back, apparently a dung beetle comes out of somewhere and pushes the sun back into position.
That's weird.
I have no fucking clue. It's some crazy shit, though.
But yeah, so he gets what you're saying when you set some... We get a long recap on this one.
Last time on Moon Knight.
Previously
on Moon Knight.
But yeah, it's a long recap. Like, really long. I'm like, could we get into the show?
Well, I don't watch the recaps because they recap you specifically on the stuff that's going to be relevant to this episode. So sometimes I don't want to know. Like, they'll only recap, like, oh yeah, we hinted this, so we're going to recap this. The scene where we hinted this that's going to be in this episode.
I didn't say anything about your brother. Sorry.
Oh, damn, you're flashing back hardcore.
He's having Vietnam flag.
Scarlet Witch, Agatha.
Shooting lasers in the air.
So it's kind of like slower in the beginning, but I liked it because it was a lot more than developing a relationship
she has to
together.
Save him. He's passed out, right?
Yeah, that's hella funny because she's standing. That's pretty smart what they have her do, but I like he's just standing there.
I don't think that'd
like,
work.
You don't think so?
if you threw a flare in a box.
She used a flare like a motherfucker through the whole episode.
But also, if those are like 50 cal rounds, if those just went off, they would probably go through the car she's hiding behind, and she's like halfway behind the car, and I'm like, bitch, get behind the car.
You can't find the Khonshu little model piece. I want to show Jake. Well, it's on my mind. But it's just funny. After she's done, he's just standing there. I'm like, okay, is he Mark or Steve? But
or
Jake Lockley.
Or the third person.
Which he's not.
Then they're like, okay,
see, this guy voices Khonshu. I believe he's in The Mummy.
He is in Mythic Quest.
Is that from the dude from Always Sunny? Mac
That's
has
his show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ashley Birch is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
I heard they won awards for it and shit too. What was it about?
They run a video game. Like they have the World of Warcraft basically.
Oh, I have to watch that. But yeah, that guy voices Khonshu. But
anyway,
but I'm sexist here. I'm kind of digging her. I think she's kind of adorable.
Agreed.
I like the curls, and it's very sweet where she like wants to kiss him. He's like, and then he reveals a spoiler.
Yeah, she's the girl from The Mummy.
She's not Rachel Weisz.
Basically, they got the curly hair. She's in.
Yeah, but Oscar Isaac isn't as hot as Brandon Fraser.
Hey, don't shit on my man, Encino Man. He's hot in Encino Man.
I love Brandon Fraser. Brandon Fraser's a hero.
I love me some Blast from the Past. No, he's gonna be Firefly, dude.
Fucked, dude.
And Batwoman.
You gonna go watch that? You gonna watch that?
It's on HBO Max.
You gonna watch it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what is he?
Firefly.
The character
You don't
with
know
the
Firefly is
flamethrower.
the flamethrower? It's kind of a shitty main villain, but yeah.
No, he's kind of cool. I
But
like his
he's
design.
already in Doom Patrol.
Doesn't matter.
That shit's not canon anymore.
It's not?
Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse.
Nothing is canon.
Yeah, none of the DC connects. Are you fucking kidding me? Ezra Miller went back in time and came back as a crazy person. But yeah, them kissing and then him stopping the kiss.
Well, they
pretty
go to
crazy.
the tomb first and they're like, look for supplies.
But I think it's just weird that whole like, better not be fucking him, my wife. But I am you, motherfucker.
He punches him though.
That's hilarious. How do you do that? How do you control that?
Muster just enough strength to control an arm, right?
He was that angry.
I didn't
It's like it's like with the scarab, right? When he's trying to give the scarab to
yeah, you're right.
and it's
you're
like
right.
a reflex.
You're right. I hear you. I'm catching you. I'm catching that ball.
Did someone summon that mummy that started attacking them?
No, 'cause
I don't
think
know.
it's
They're
I think
working
it's
for
attacking
someone.
indiscriminately because you hear the gunshot, right?
But it's so
And that
dark.
guy
The
get
scene, I
dragged.
can't see shit.
Oh, dude, it's so dark. I don't know why they shot it that way.
Because like when he's fighting the jackals, only he could see them, but she could obviously see.
They're
whatever.
different though because the jackals were summoned by Arthur Harrow. Whereas these are just like protecting the tomb.
You know why I say that?
Because you're racist?
When Steve Carell meets Ricky Gervais in the office, they have the cold opening, and they like, he goes, "Oh, you're British," and he's like, "You're making fun of me," and they start talking about they use different accents for jokes. He goes, "I got a guy, his name is Holy Fuck," and he goes, "Hello, hello." And that's what they're doing. They're talking about using different races and how it's not racist. It's just stupid. But when I hear hero, I think of The Office. That's why. So don't be mad at me. Other nationalities, be mad at him. He's the white man.
What? You're half white though, aren't you?
I don't know what we are.
Spanish.
That's white.
Ryan's my cousin, so
Spanish
I don't got the
Italian.
black that he got. I like some black in me.
You like black in you?
Yeah,
Like big black in you?
yeah.
Like deep
Big
in
Black
you?
died. How dare you,
What? Who the fuck's Big Black?
Robin.
Robin Big, Rob Dyrdek's bodyguard?
Oh.
Let me tell you about my best friend. Their show, Robin Big.
All of our other half is like the white that tries to not be white.
Yeah,
Italian,
like
bippity boppities,
like
and
Italians, Greeks, Spanish,
We all
Portuguese.
have Native American in us. Grandma Pat
Yeah.
has.
Have you
Native
taken a
American, so-
23andMe test? You proven that?
I need to.
I want to. Ryan's a fucking mess. He has one very dark dad that he never met, and then
Robert Patterson?
yeah, no, Ryan.
I know. Is
We were
Robert
talking about the
Pattinson's-
Adam Project, and it's so much to do about his dad dying in it, and he was like, "Yeah, I really couldn't connect with that," and I was like, "That's kind of funny, but fucked up." Ryan's a stereotype. Sorry, I don't mean to say that, but it's funny because Ryan has grown up now to laugh at it. I was his dad his whole life. All right, I breastfed him.
Anyway.
Chocolate milk.
Let's get back to the show we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh, that's good. Tandems are fun.
No, but we got to talk about what Steven revealed to Layla.
Well, you know who's coming, right? Bushwhacker, the fuck, I can't remember his name.
He's not coming in the series.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
He's gonna be one of the guys that was there. One of his partners didn't do.
Well, so Steven revealed to Layla that
Do you want me to bet
Khonshu
with
wants
me?
her.
Or want me to bet that Declan's gonna be wrong?
Well, I was trying to get
I'm
out the
looking
point
this
that
up right now.
Khonshu, he tells her that Khonshu wants her as his replacement.
Right.
That's kind of
Which
important.
Khonshu's never said that, has he?
Yes, he has.
He might have said it once, then. He hasn't really pounded it on.
Yes, he has. Every time she shows up, Khonshu's in the background. He's like,
Why does he want her so bad? I mean,
because
I know why.
She's
but
a genius. You know,
you think he'd want
stuff.
Steve?
No, he's
Or,
a
I'm sorry,
broken man.
Mark.
No, Mark's a broken man. Mark is obviously I died right in front of Khonshu. Khonshu needs somebody. Well, he'll take the first person he can get, right?
What a whore.
That's the truth, though.
You're talking about this Daredevil villain?
Let me see.
Bushwhacker?
Bushmaster.
Bushmaster. I'm like,
This guy gets his face cut off.
I don't think this guy's going to be in the show.
Is that the snake guy?
He has like a skin.
Well, sir, who's the bad guy in Luke Cage? Bushmaster?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't. I know there's a weird... snake guy from Heraclex.
Yeah.
That's all.
There's a guy that has a skin ripped off his face.
Isn't that the?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. He's not gonna be in it.
I guarantee you. He's gonna be the guy that turned on them. If not, it's who else? It's not gonna be Ethan Hawke.
I know, but that guy's not gonna show up. We all know it's the guy that Mark was a partner with. That's how it is in the comic books. I knew that.
Where's that fucking nerd with my money?
Give me Dracula.
Fucking, dude, I hate this fucking mic stand, man. She had a goddamn screwdriver. It's like a tighten. It keeps slipping down.
We'll bring one next time. Take it easy, champ.
Just throw.
You want
Don't patronize me. Go fuck yourself.
You want some carnival cookies? A little box of carnival cookies?
I actually do.
I hated those.
What?
Because they had a bunch of gorillas with their heads bitten off.
Jesus fucking Christ, Ernie.
I don't know.
They go into the tomb.
Well, she
straps him up.
and it's so cool to see Steve.
Is
so
it
excited.
so cool?
To see Steve so excited, like, oh my god, this is so big. This is so big, and like,
Oh, they could get up and tell me a fucking riddle.
It's like the Mummy.
yeah, it is. God, stop doing that. It's like the Mummy. It's like the Mummy. It is.
It is. They go and they're like excited, like,
Yeah,
look at all these.
And she talks about her dad. And
Not everything Egypt related has to be like the Mummy.
he's like, imagine if your dad saw you now.
It is really similar to the Mummy.
But yeah, so yes, they find it, and he has to go into the mouth of Alexander the Great.
Yeah,
That was kind of weird.
I was gonna do some research on that. Didn't.
I didn't understand that part either.
I had no idea that he had ever been affiliated with Egypt in any significant capacity. Like, I didn't know he was a pharaoh. I thought he was like from Macedonia.
Oh my god. What if Apocalypse is at the end of this show?
No,
He won't be, but it's okay.
and Oscar Isaac is
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac is playing him, and they look at each other like, "How are we? There's 4 of us."
Whoa! It's that's his third personality. It's not Jake Lockley. It's Apocalypse.
What are you doing? But Mark seems to be happy that he revealed when he sees the reflection. He's like, "You punched me." He was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "But you told her, you know." And he seems like a little relieved, like,
yeah. And then she's
like, "You get out!" I'm like, "Oh my god, is he listening?"
They get split up, right? And then she has to crawl across that video game.
And I was like, "This is a platform. You got this."
She jumps.
But the pulling part's pretty sick. Like,
The hand.
she gets out, then gets pulled back again,
and
and she's like, "Power of."
she comes back with his hand,
Yeah.
and
Power
and
of
then he tries to stab
what
her
was
with
it?
him.
Stick. What's the light stick called?
What?
The way she used to use earlier.
Flare?
Flare.
Power the light stick?
Yeah. She's like,
That's
Flare.
Like, that's like a name for like a heavy metal like medieval band.
Yeah,
Power
light
of the
stick.
light stick.
Power of the light stick. But she's like, Flare, attack. And he's like, ah, my eye. Your
Yeah.
flares.
That would hurt.
Yeah.
That would hurt a lot. And then Arthur Harris shows up and kicks back and is like, "Let me tell you about your daddy."
Yeah.
And then,
Diabolical motherfucker.
and then yeah, he reveals
you left your rose.
that Mark was there.
That's one of the greatest catfishes ever. You have to watch that episode.
Wait, which one?
It's like the very first episode.
Is it?
Is it that? But what is it?
It's the 2 black
Her name
girls.
is Jasmine.
Oh, I think you showed me this.
Yeah, and she just goes, "You forgot your rose,"
Uh-huh.
and she's like hella super
Like
villain.
a diabolical.
And I always go
yeah,
diabolical. And the other ones, when the guy walks up, he's like, "You fell for it," and it's like, what?
Is it the white guy they meet in the park?
Yeah, and the black dude's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And he's like,
It's like
What does he also say? He's like
if you've been flirting with him this whole time, does that make you gay? And he's like, got me.
it was this way. Those are good. Those are real life supervillains. But yeah, so she gets mad at Mark and starts trying to
People
summon.
are doing that right now as we speak.
What?
It's crazy.
What?
Catfish.
Yeah, people fish all the time. Oh, Moon Knight's making us all.
There are real life
Anyway.
villains in the world.
You forgot your rose.
Anyways. They meet
yeah,
up. He
she
tells
wa-
her. She takes the statue on it. Everybody turns up to Mark, and he's like, "I got an axe," and they all point a gun at him. And then,
He is shot to.
well, he cuts a guy's fucking arm off.
So I think there's a lot of Easter eggs in that mental institution.
Whoa!
You just said he got shot.
Yeah.
Where we go after that?
And you're like, you don't just say,
You just don't drop him in there like that.
well, you don't just say, there's a lot of Easter eggs in the mental sign. You just be like, stop doing that. Why is that even up here still? Put it away, you fucking ingrate.
Can you hear me now?
No, you don't have it on, dumbass.
I didn't want to hurt your ears.
Now I do.
Oh no.
This dude.
Can I get a...
So go ahead. Since I can't jump into the museum or the mental institution part, go
Well,
ahead.
he gets shot by fucking Harrow.
Okay.
And he falls into the water. Don't fucking look at me and try to be all condescending and shit.
What's the next part?
And then he wakes up in the... Well, I guess... Yeah, he does, right? No, we don't even get to see him wake up. He falls through into the water, right? And he keeps falling and falling. And then it just cuts to like...
Dude, I hella thought she bit it in that hole when she fell with the guy. Or the zombie.
Oh, dude, that was... I talked about that scene like fucking 4 minutes ago.
The way they fell, it hella looked like she couldn't have caught herself.
Yeah, but
I was like, oh, that bitch dead. That's a long-ass drop. Your dick went limp.
This is my dick.
Yep.
This is my dick.
Oh, man. Yep. Could you feel it in there?
You actually touched me. You filthy mongoloid.
I felt, and you're circumcised, so congrats. Mazel tov. We were born during a time where circumcision was like a thing to do. Like, it's for the looks. Girls are going to love it one of these days.
So he wakes up in a mental hospital, I guess. In like what a movie director thinks a mental hospital is like.
Like the Apple Store.
Like the One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, the Apple Store. Like nice and shiny.
And he's getting rolled around on a
Playing
thing.
bingo.
He wins too. And then fucking Layla steals this thing. But she's eating a marshmallow. Like in the scene where she's hanging out with that old lady gives her marshmallows.
Ooh, good call. I didn't notice that.
So
that's why I said I gotta watch new Rockstars. Like, we
He's-
slowed it down.
he's holding the Moon Knight toy.
That's cool.
Wow, looks like something he made too.
Yeah.
And
It looks like Winter Soldier's arms. I was trying to figure out what
they set him up in front of that thing. Guess what's to his right? A goldfish.
Really?
Ah, you didn't notice that?
Everything in that whole place is all stuff from previous.
Well, I get that once he's
old-
talking to him, he starts looking at everything.
Well, there's the old man who plays the
that's what
the street sitter.
The gold
His
man.
boss
That-
is there.
Yeah, the lady that gets talked to. I think those.
She confirmed that this is the last time you'll see her in the show.
Oh no!
Speaking of which, I was looking. The hippo.
We're
It's
not
gonna happen
even
later.
No,
But he's
Ernie,
in the first
Ernie,
episode.
No,
there's
stop.
a scene where he's messing with stuffed animals, and there's a weird hippo in it. Wonder if that's gonna play a part later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it
We'll
was
see.
a reference. There was no hippo in this though. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but you just
I was talking
can't.
about. I just talked about a
I
thing
know,
that happened in
but
the
you're
first
like
episode.
jumping like through like this whole hella important scene to get to the fucking spoiler at the end without even.
That's
care.
not a spoiler. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Do you tell me you were under full control of that moment? Like you knew what was going on?
I was first focused on all the scenes that happened before that because it's literally the last thing that happens. It's like 4 important.
So he
things
meets
that-
with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, and
Harrow,
if we find out one, he's sedated in whatever environment he's in, right?
because he's been too violent.
But there's fucking Easter eggs all around Harrow's thing. He sees Harrow's wearing his sandals. He sees the cane. He looks and sees the picture of the village, right?
Yep.
And all this shit. And then those two, he finally escapes, bites that one guy, runs out, right?
Bites the bald lady.
And he gets into another room. And what's sitting
Maybe
in
it was Jada Pinkett he bit.
Oh my god.
Excuse me? You have a problem with Jada Pinkett? The Red Round Table comes out next season. It's coming out soon, so be ready.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Out your fucking...
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh.
I just fall out of my chair.
Will Smith just gets summoned, getting jiggy with it. No. But yeah, so he runs down the hallway. It's all twisty, timey-wimely.
Well, it's like swinging.
This someone's trying to get out of the...
Let me in.
And then we get
We get the best hug ever. Some self-love.
Then I'm
right?
like, my son's watching with me, 9, and I felt like 9 too. We're both like, this is awesome. What the fuck's going on? Like,
and then we get to the other
we see another
sarcophagus. It's all red and it's bang, bang, bang.
I think we're gonna get Jake.
Yeah, but do you think he's like some kind of murderous psychopath?
I don't know.
Because it seems like that. Every time he appears, somebody ends up dead, right?
It's hard to think of what persona could match well with these ones. We have
The
the
Protector. Because Mark may not be the protector, right?
Mark is very soft, genuine, but smart.
No, Steven.
Steve. I'm sorry.
God, doesn't know anything about these characters that have multiple names.
Steve has the gentle side, smart.
It's Steven. Whatever, Scotty. I was making a reference, idiot.
No, I know. I messed up though again. I did. I said Steve again, didn't I?
Yeah, that's fine. But I was just.
No, I did. I did it right. Steve. Yeah.
It's Steven.
With a V.
Mm-hmm.
Steven.
Not with a PH.
PH is strange.
They did that purposely.
That's Stefan.
To throw up to.
Right? His name's Stefan Strange.
Steven Strange.
Stefan Strange. Oh, yeah, and then a hippo shows up at the end of the episode. Just jump right into it.
That's basically it.
That's a different god, too. It's not a god that's
Ryan, what god is it, Ryan?
It's Tencent?
Who?
Taurit?
Tarot?
Yeah. It's a bipedal hippopotamus with limbs.
I don't want to be.
Those of a feline. Her hand rests on...
I want a hippopotamus for
I'm
Christmas.
reading too deep into it. She's a protector and a healer, and she could probably resurrect him.
Mm-hmm. Does Hecate ever show up in the Marvel Universe? She's the god of witchcraft and wizardry and hexes and all that kind of stuff. It sounds like...
I know
it's weird we don't get an
DC.
Anubis either. I guess
I thought Anubis has been talked about, no?
No. He might have been mentioned. He's like one of the big ones.
And it's a great ending because they're both their screams are way different.
Well, Anubis is there. So...
I was talking about the ending. The scream is just hilarious. Both of theirs are way different.
They're girlies, yeah.
But they're like
Steven's
a
girlies.
fucking talking hippo. That's like, hello.
But they're both scared of it.
I know.
That's the funniest part. But, oh, no. It just go like, oh, hi.
Yeah, she has like a British accent too, I believe.
But in the whole like actual story with Ammit, it's like once you arrive in the underworld, Anubis is there and he's actually like the one who runs the whole ceremony. Ammit's there just in case your sins outweigh your heart or your virtue or whatever. Ammit will then eat your heart and you don't get to go to the underworld.
That's
Ammit's not like the god of anything. She's more like an animal.
But that's what he's using Ammit, right? Is he using Ammit?
Yeah, but they treat Ammit as more of a god in this, and it wasn't really like didn't really pray to Ammit.
So is he a god?
Ammit's a girl.
No, I thought Ammit's
a girl.
Hero's using that judge thing.
Yes, Hero is Ammit's
avatar,
but Ammit is a girl. Ammit's the psychiatrist in this psych firm that he's in Jeff Lemire's run. She's the head of the whole psych ward.
So maybe she's ahead of this one, or
they're just similar comics because they both use similar concepts, right? I'm really proud of myself keeping us on track.
Yeah,
I feel like we actually covered the thing for once. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I don't get emotional support from other people.
That's fine. You pat yourself on your wiener too.
What?
So overall, Moon Knight's been. Oh, you're gonna take everything back.
Oh yeah, I take everything back. I initially before the show came out said it was gonna be bad, and I really did enjoy.
Well,
You
no.
bad.
Yeah, he's
I
fucking
did.
stupid.
Yep.
Has a Marvel show disappointed you yet?
Yes.
Which one?
The one that disappointed me most was probably Cap, but that's because it was just boring for a lot of it.
Look at this racist.
I think
So
Peacemaker's the best. It's the most enjoyable, most consistent in quality.
Cap.
It doesn't rely too much on the fact that it's weekly release and they have to end every single episode off. And like half the shit gets. There's so much.
No, there's always cliffhangers of Peacemaker.
Are you gonna let me explain my actual
I'm
opinion, or are you
jumping in
gonna
to tell you
talk over me every time? I'm not asking to have a debate here, right? I'm not asking for your fucking opinion. He asked me why I'm disappointed or all this other stuff, right? So I'm just trying to explain.
Yeah, that's what your favorite Marvel TV or
You're right. Whatever you think is the best thing is what I think is the best thing.
He said what Marvel shows weren't good to you, and you said
yes, and I was trying to explain to you why I like Peacemaker more, and why I think Peacemaker is a perfect example of why I don't love everything about the Marvel shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Marvel shows will first off end things off on cliffhangers that don't immediately get resolved in the next episode, and there's also way too much. There's way too much involved in the TV series that if you haven't really seen the movies, you'll miss out on a lot of stuff in the thing. And so much of and we could tell. First off, we could tell by the amount of videos that come up that's like things you missed in the Moon Knight episode 4, because everybody makes a fucking video on that. That there has to be so many references packed in.
They do the same thing with Peacemaker, though.
Yeah, but the references are less reliant on the actual story. Things get referenced
because they don't got a lot of movies to go after to tie into.
This is my opinion.
I understand, but I'm explaining to you why that.
I disagree with whatever you're saying. I ignore everything you're saying because I'm telling you this is just my opinion.
You're talking to me. You can't be ignoring me if you're talking to me.
Yes, I'm not trying to have a debate to go back and forth about why my opinion is right or wrong.
That's my opinion.
It's my opinion.
Like Ryan said, though.
Cut to that clip.
Capping old Buck there. That was a deep ass story, though.
It wasn't that deep.
Ryan?
It's about black people being oppressed.
You can't argue with another black man. Go ahead.
I can.
Go
because
ahead.
that is one aspect of the story, right? But is that the whole point of the entire series? It doesn't show the interpersonal relationship between Bucky and Sam. It's not to show that there's conflicts all around in cultural society. That's why the whole fucking thing ends up being not just a discussion about black people in America, but also immigrants in the world in general, and displaced people in the world in general, and neglected groups in general, right? Sure that it's a big focus because it's Captain America, right? And the black struggle in America is very important to the American aspect. But it was also a show about that he's not just Captain America anymore, right? He shows up to the UN and tells them to get their shit together to get all these people that aren't American citizens in a place where they can live and exist, right? It's sort of that growth beyond the need to just be a symbol for America. It's just a symbol of oppression, right? It's not about fighting the Nazis anymore. It's about fighting those who discriminate against other people and restrict other people's freedoms, right? But do I think that they handled it the best way? No. Could I see what they were going for? Yes. Did I think that some of the non-extremely politically, and I'm not saying politically in a negative way, but politically fueled parts of the show that are important to the key issues, all the non-stuff that sometimes kind of boring, you know? And like, you know, John Walker is probably the best but John Walker or Zemo are probably the best actor performances, because I don't think that
Carly.
I don't think that
I think hated Carly.
I don't think it's as much as
She's fine. I didn't get bugged by her.
I don't think it's as much as Sam. Did you say I hated Carly?
Yeah, you didn't like the
I just think that
redhead girl.
I just think that they try to sympathize these characters that are clearly unsympathetic. She's like, they wanted to blow up buildings and shit and steal experimental drugs and destroy the government in a totally improper, very dangerous way, right?
Radicals, man.
They literally worked with terrorists and mercenaries and stuff like that. They hired
fucking Winter Soldier was assassin. I mean, he was brainwashed, but they worked with Zemo too during this thing.
Sure, but not like in the same kind of way. Not like, oh, we're gonna pay you, Zemo, to come work with us. Because the Dora Milaje...
Zemo just wanted his dope-ass jacket.
But Dora Milaje get him afterwards, right? He goes somewhere. He's still punished for what he's done. But it was more of a redemption for Zemo than anything. And same with the John Walker circle of character development is far more interesting than Sam and Bucky. The story about Sam and Bucky is more than just learning to tolerate each other, right?
Well, I think it's more about Sam.
But I think all the other supplementary characters are far more interesting.
He doesn't deserve the role of being Cap. Like, he can't fill those shoes.
And if you want my other opinion too, it's like things like WandaVision and Loki severely are affected by the fact that you have to have the context for everything else.
Moon Knight doesn't, though.
But that's because they designed Moon Knight specifically because of that, because Oscar Isaac isn't signed on to do anymore. He can just opt out if he doesn't want to do anymore. So they didn't want to make a super involved Moon Knight story that relies on him.
So you don't think this is going to connect anything to MCU?
Layla might actually end up as the Moon Knight by the end of the series. It could happen. She could be the Moon Knight going forward, right?
I don't think they would do that.
I mean, I don't want them to do that because I hate women, but no, I don't want them. I don't want them to do that because I think that you have to explore a character more before you just shovel off their mantle, right? And the thing is, and I don't like Marvel mantles anyway. I don't like how every single character that's relevant in the Marvel Universe is either the original version of a character or a mantle from another version of the character, right?
Ryan has something to say about
Ironheart, Amadeus Cho.
But Cho was his own character before he became Hulk.
Sure, that's a different... But we got to have a Hulk version in the Avengers, right? Right? You know, we got to have... there's like 3 versions of the Falcon, right? Like, everybody picks up Cap's mantle at some point. Everybody picks up Iron Man. There's so many, like...
That's just comic books in general, though. So there's like 5 Wonder Woman. There's 6 Robins.
Well, there's a Wonder
Not to mention there's two Peacemakers.
But the truth is sure that there's been a bunch of people that have been Batman, but there really is only one Batman, right? Usually Batman. The only time people take Batman is men.
Dick is the best Batman.
You are incorrect.
Dick is the best Batman. Dick Damien.
Azrael's
that's one of the
Batman.
best stories. Is Dick Damien. I shouldn't say it like that, but that story is just fucking phenomenal.
They did an animated movie on it.
Did they? Which one?
Is it Death in the Family? I can't remember. It's like a short
There's so
portion.
many DC fucking cartoons.
Dude, the Long Halloween is really good.
It is. I only watched the first part though on Halloween with my wife, and we didn't finish the second
part's
part.
really good.
It didn't follow to a T the comic, which I understand, but I thought with Liberty of the cartoon they would be able to do more with it.
I mean, the Injustice one doesn't follow.
Calendar Man's voiced by Polka Dot Man. Hey.
I should have picked Tails. That's my favorite scene.
He's not going to be in Ant-Man 3, but okay.
Well, he's probably gotten a little
He's going to roll like a motherfucker
well,
now.
he probably got a little bit of a push being Polka Dot Man. You know, he's also been in a couple.
He's been in a lot of things. Yeah, I think he'd look like a good Joker because like when he's laughing in Dark Knight, I was like, dude, that's a good Joker face you're making there. Good Joker face.
Who is he in Dark Knight again?
He's the guy that takes the shot. Well, I think Heath Ledger might have, but they go after him instead, and he sets it up to help the Joker. We're in the dark just like we are with Moon Knight right now. Even though Declan already said he knows what's happening in the next 2 episodes.
I know everything.
I think Bushwhacker, the fuck his name. I think it's Bushman. I think it's Bushman. I think he's going to come back somehow, but we'll see. Hopefully this all connects and goes somewhere. I don't want Moon Knight to be a one-shot TV show and be over.
One opportunity.
One shot. You haven't seen that movie either. You need to go see it.
I don't want to see it.
Well, that's sad.
Every time you tell me to go see it, I want to see it less and less and less.
That's sad.
That's the truth, though. I mean, most people don't realize this about me. The more you suggest something to me, the less and less I want to see it.
Yeah, it's like you should be a good person. You're like, no, I want to be fucking piece of shit.
Way to put words in my mouth, you fucking asshole.
No, that's exactly what you just said.
That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
Let's reverse it. And then it's just you editing me into saying that.
I could, but I'm not.
You can't.
Because I'm real.
I didn't give you the set.
I keeps it real. Hopefully we see Gore the Butcher soon because I'm all about the Necro Sword. And
that's been the podcast.
And
out on Spotify.
I want to talk about all that stuff, but we can't talk about it yet because we don't know where they're going with the Necro Sword and all that.
I don't know where you're going with this podcast.
Or the guy. Well, no one does.
So finish the podcast.
I checked out already.
Yeah, dude, he's been on his phone this whole
Well, because we're in the dark. The camera, bippity boppity.
Well, hurry and finish the fucking podcast so we can go home.
So we tried and we finished and failed.
We saw
and now we gotta wait 2 more episodes for us to come back and recap. Don't make fun of his stutter.
That's whose stutter?
Porky Pig.
I'm not making fun of his fucking stutter. It's part of his character.
Just because if you stutter doesn't make it your character.
That's like saying if you don't
That's like if someone's deaf and you keep going, huh?
If you don't do if you don't do this while you're impersonating Trump.
Your fingers. No one can see it. Your fingers. Your few fingers touching.
Huge. If you don't purse your lips out, make it huge.
That's not the same as
We're gonna
stutter.
build a big, beautiful wall.
We never got that wall, by the way, but
you look at China. China's got a wall.
Great wall.
They got no Mexicans.
That you can see in.
They ain't got no Mexicans. The wall works for them.
Asian Mexicans.
It's beautiful.
That'd be a beautiful thing. Asian food mixed with Mexican food. I love it. Just like Tex-Mex. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure they like, subscribe, share. And thanks for the guys' 1 comment, which we appreciate out of the 14 viewers.
Yo, shout out to that one guy.
He's dope, dude. He's like, dude, you guys got something going, and I'm looking forward to following along.
Say that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Yeah, it was really nice. And Chris was like, do you know this person? I don't know the name on YouTube, but
it's just John.
It's just some guy one of the people we know. Just be nice. It was like Don, not Donnie. To be fair to everyone out there that knows Donnie's a prick and they've seen him on the show.
What was that?
Well, exactly what you thought it was.
It was a frog barking.
Myself.
A frog barking. Thank you guys for watching. That's it. Declan just fucked it up, and we have to leave the room anyways. So Declan, stay in your limp microphone that just fell down.
That's a podcast.